When the nervous feeling comes, for me, it was like, I just called it like agitated. I would just notice I felt like unsettled, nervous, insert whatever the feeling is. Here's the thought. Oh, this is just what it feels like when my dreams are coming true.
Hello, friends. This is Susan Shull, your host for the Clean Heart Club podcast. I'm a farm wife, mom, Grammy, holy yoga teacher, and Christian life coach. Clean Heart Club is the place for you if you want to learn to live in abundance and walk in freedom to be 100% your true self. I can't wait to share with you guided meditations and sacred story interviews with some of my favorite people. Wherever you are on your path, I'm excited to join hands as we allow our loving Heavenly Father to clean up our hearts and we start living the adventure of our lives with joy and gratitude. This is going to be fun. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, Clean Heart Club podcast listeners. I am so excited to be back with you today. And after several weeks of just me on the podcast, I have a full room of guests. And I'm so excited for you to meet these ladies and to learn from them. And honestly, I'm excited for myself too, because I love these girls and I know you will too. And I can't wait to see what God does with our conversation. We just prayed before I hit record. And as Kendall was praying for us, I realized what timing, this must be God's timing, because these ladies are very busy. And I just sent a text out today and asked if they would be willing to do this, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't even remember. Sometime soon. And it worked out for everybody to be with us this afternoon. So I love when God does things like this, and I cannot wait to see how he's going to use this time for the four of us and then also for you guys. So welcome back, and I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I will just introduce you to my friends, Megan, Kendall, and Jill. These are all people that I did not know 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, who have become such important people in my life. And all of it is because of one person's yes, and then another person's yes, and another person's yes. So all of us are involved in Life Mentoring School, which is a coaching program, an online coaching program. And we've all been certified as Christian life coaches ourselves and have a part now in Dr. Edie's bigger picture for the ladies in Life Mentoring School. So I'm going to ask them individually to introduce themselves, tell us where you're from, give however much background you want to, just whatever you think we might be interested in knowing. We'll have you share that. And then we're going to talk about our 90-day goals. We're going to talk about a lesson that we've learned this summer, and then something that we're loving right now. So it's going to be a good conversation. Okay, Megan, we'll start with you.
I just love you, Susan. I'm so grateful. So grateful that you're part of my life. I had the privilege of meeting her so many years ago, and she's been my counter group coach and my personal coach. And now we get to do all of these fun things together. All right. So my name is Megan Cheatham. I live in South Florida in a small little sleepy town called Tequesta. Shh, don't tell anyone about it. I don't want anybody else moving here. It feels like Florida has really gotten a little overpopulated since COVID. So I really love our little spot. It's beautiful, lots of water. I have 3 children, 2 that are 19. They're twins, Noah and Kaya, and they are at Auburn University. And I have she'll be 16 tomorrow, you guys. No, Wednesday. She'll be 16 on Wednesday, Finley. And just celebrating that. And so we live in our home with my husband, Reardon, who was born and raised in Florida. We live a life of, busyness and all of that, but we just love being together. We love being outside. We love water sports and traveling and hiking. And I homeschooled for 12 years. And last year was my very first time being home without any children. So that was a really interesting transition. And also God's perfect timing as far as starting my own coaching business. And so I have a practice called Remnant Hope Coaching, where my hope is that women know their value and their identity in Christ, and that they will really be in a place of understanding and awareness of God's calling on their life, and how they can live that out, so they can live as the remnant. So I get to do one-on-one coaching. I'm hosting a webinar on tomorrow, and some workshops. So I just love my clients. I love that I get to live this life and have this community in LMS. And I don't know what else. Oh, in my spare time, I'm the board chair for Young Life Palm Beach County, which is a really huge passion of mine. They've been a great organization for us and for our children. So, and I get to lead the 20 and 30-year-old encounter group at LMS on Mondays, which has been a blast. I love it. And I get to host a couple Bible studies in my home. So that's a little bit about me.
You're a very busy girl, and it's been so fun to watch you step into all this freely. It's been fun. So I'm so glad that you said yes to this, Megan. Thank you.
It's been an adventure.
Kendall, how about you?
Hey, y'all. I'm so thankful to be here, Susan. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you for saying yes.
My name is Kendall Snyder. I live in a little tiny town in South Carolina in the upstate called Seneca. Y'all, big news in Seneca. We just got our Target. We literally got a Target last week in our tiny town. We don't know what to do here. So my daughter, who's home for college, and I have been going almost every day, which has been so fun.
As you do.
I have my husband's name is Nate, and we have 5 kids. 3 of our kiddos joined our family through adoption, which is a huge part of our family story and is something that we just love. My older 3 are out of the house or in college, and our younger 2 are still at home. I'm a grandmother to Scotty. I'm obsessed with her. So if you follow me on social media, sorry, not sorry, there's going to be a lot of pictures of her because I just love her. I also have a coaching practice that I am just so blessed by and grateful for. I love being a part of Life Mentoring School and getting to meet all of you. I say this all the time, but God's generosity is so evident to me inside of Life Mentoring School. So I'm so grateful, like Susan said, for Edie giving her yes, so that we could all give our yeses in the ripple effect of what she has created. I'm also involved in a leadership role with Bible Study Fellowship. My church is a church plant here in my hometown, so that also is something that fills my days. And then, like I mentioned, my youngest 2 are at home, so I'm still homeschooling them as well. So it's a full season, and I just love it so much, y'all. This is my dream life. It's amazing.
So that's so wonderful. Okay, I have to ask, what's going to be on, I probably asked you before, but I don't remember. What's going to be on tap for the fall for BSF?
Oh, it's the study of Romans.
Romans.
Yes, the study of Romans. So we'll spend 30 weeks in the book of Romans. So yes, I love BSF. BSF is part of my salvation story. I was saved in BSF. So at 29 years old. So that's a story for another podcast, but I would
love to hear sometime.
But I love BSF. Yeah. Thanks for asking.
And if people have never been in Bible Study Fellowship, I've only been able to do it once, but it is, at least for me, it was a deep dive. And we studied Acts, which I didn't realize was going to include basically the rest of the New Testament. It was so good to dig in deep and just get a new appreciation for God's word. So I'm sure the ladies are very lucky to have you a part of their group. Glad you're here, Kendall.
Thank you so much.
Now, Jill, I want to say a few extra things about Jill, because Jill and I have gotten to be roommates at several different events. And have taken turns basically pinching each other that we get to do, that we've gotten to do some of the things that we've gotten to do together. And I love you, Jill. You are just precious to me. You all are. But I've gotten to know Jill in a different way. And I'm just so excited that you're here today, Jill. So tell us about you.
Oh, well, thank you. I was going to say that about you. It's Susan's the kind of friend where we don't always talk to each other, but as soon as we do, we're just like, what are you working on? What are you thinking? It's just so much fun. So, and then I have the muscle memory of us standing at retreat with our arms locked saying, I am a woman who on the rooftop. So thank you for being that sweet friend that's so wonderful and safe to be real with.
My pleasure.
My name's Jill, and I live right outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, in a little town kind of up the mountain on Lookout Mountain, which feels like a little small town outside of just you drive down the mountain and you're in a little city in Tennessee. I moved here 4 years ago after raising my kids really mostly on the West Coast in Northern California. So I have 2 kids in Tennessee. My daughter is living with me this year. My 26-year-old daughter, she is a teacher and an artist, and I'm so excited to have her here with me. Just for years, she's saving up some money, so I get to have a fun roommate. And I have another son who's in Nashville working his first job. He went to the University of Tennessee. So those are my 2 in Tennessee, and then my 3 in California, 1 in college and 2 working in San Francisco. I just try to visit them as much as I can. So I feel like my life is kind of trying to stay in touch with these precious people that I also homeschooled. So we're all really close. They're close to one another. We have a lot of precious memories together, and I'm so grateful for that time. So it's kind of holding together these adult children, right, that are spread far and wide. My family is nearby. They live out in the country about a half an hour away in North Georgia. My sister and my parents kind of on property. So doing that sort of homesteady country life. So I get to go there for Sunday dinners. But I work part-time for Life Mentoring School, behind the scenes, leading a few groups, and it's so much fun. And I have my own coaching business, I've loved so many things in my life that my website, if you've known me at all, has been full of all the things, usually around interior design, but then the homeschooling days and those little encouragements and interior design, and then really business design. So mostly what I'm doing is helping women design their businesses. And so I get to know in detail what people are working on, and it's so much fun. So it's turned into designing websites, but always kind of inspired by my love of interior design and color and pattern. So that's kind of my happy place where I go in my free time, just decorating, gardening, looking for vintage things. That's kind of my happy creative spot. So that's me.
And British television.
Yes. British television.
Right? Don't you like British television? We've talked about that before.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So I know this question was not on the list, but since we're all life coaches, what is your favorite thing about coaching women? Kendall, I think we'll start with you.
Yeah, I would say helping them remember what God says about them. I think the theme of remembering is just one that, especially even this past year, has just kept coming up. I keep forgetting. I forget like I have a tool I can use. I forget what God's word says. I forget the thought that I wrote in my planner that I've been practicing. And to have another woman, and I'm speaking from the client here, like when I've been the client and had a coach remind me of who I am, and then to be able to remind someone else of who they are and what God says about them. Is there anything better than that? I said I wasn't going to cry, I think, but too late. There's nothing better than that. Like, that's it. I mean, yes, and we're going to talk about like goals, amazing. Like our favorite things, so fun. But like what has eternal value? Well, that's the stuff that I really want to talk about. So reminding a woman what God says about her.
Oh my gosh. I think this is fascinating. And Megan and I have talked about this a little bit about how there seems to be a theme that kind of runs through our coaching practices. So perhaps yours is remember, and Megan, How about you? What do you love about coaching people, and what do you think your theme is?
Well, I definitely think Kendall stole my first answer. So
We can have the same answer because it's a good answer. It's a good answer.
it really is my favorite thing. And it's really my favorite thing because I do believe that our belief is at the core of everything. And so I always say we cannot know who we are unless we know who he is. And so encouraging them and equipping them and helping them see that the rhythms of their life should, well, not should, but the rhythms of their life have an opportunity, the ones that they decide to have in their life have this opportunity to revolve around finding out who he is so that they can really firmly know who they are and so that they can recognize what is from him and what's not from him so that they can fight their battles that way. And that I love telling them who they are, helping them remember who they are. And I say that my term, Susan and I were talking about the different words that we have, is coming home to our relationship with the Lord, coming home to ourselves, coming home to this life and this identity that he has created for us to live out. And so I love helping them see what that is and to walk that out. Like, that's my favorite thing. I was on a call today and I just realized that most of the call we were celebrating and my client was celebrating things that she didn't even realize she was celebrating. And so bringing that to mind and saying, hey, look where you are. And I see that you feel like you're here, but I also see that you've come so far, and reminding them of all the small steps that have created such big progress, right? I don't know.
So good. So remember home. And Jill, how about you?
Ooh, I don't know if you're going to find a word. Let's see. Well, I think mine,
I
for
already have
me,
one.
the theme of talking, what?
I already have one. So if it doesn't come out, I have a word for you.
Okay, good. I think what I love about coaching women is encouraging them that their dreams are really important, that the things that they want to do really matter, that if you have this idea or this dream, it's God's whisper inside of you. And it's so easy for us because we spend so much time making other people's dreams come true. We just get used to being the facilitator of other people's projects and dreams, or we kind of doubt whether we have anything to offer. And so what's always come back to me when I think back on my life, the things that made the hugest difference in our family and in our story were the crazy things Jill wanted to do, like homeschool when my in-laws were screaming at me, like, what are you doing? When it was still kind of weird. And it changed everything. It changed our whole family. Or just deciding to move all the way across the country. And the doors that opened for my parents and my sister and her husband and my son to go to college in Tennessee and find his future wife. I mean, the things that are on our hearts to do matter, and they have a ripple effect when we listen. And so I named my business The Pretty Goose because I thought your dreams are not silly. They make the world more beautiful, whether you're designing your home or building a business or contributing your gifts. And so I feel like every time I'm coaching a woman, especially when we talk about business, I'm always saying, please create content in a long form that comes from you and your heart and your mind and the Holy Spirit. I don't want you putting it in AI yet. I want it to come from you, that thing only you can bring. And I want you to do that instead of just putting little things on Instagram. I want you to create from the depths because we need you. So is there a word in there, Susan? What's the word?
I was going to say beauty, because when I think of you, I think of beautiful things because you have an eye for it. But maybe it's dream. Maybe it's beautiful dream. I don't know.
And I was thinking authentic.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so fun to see what comes out of people when they're given permission, right?
Mm-hmm. And what has come out of all of you has been really fun to watch. Which brings us to our 90-day goals. Now, I don't know.
Are we going to get to hear yours, Susan? Can we ask you?
You can.
I'm hijacking.
I think all of my stuff seems to revolve around heart and having a clean heart, which doesn't mean perfection by any means, but getting to the root of why we're doing what we're doing is really fun. And seeing the unique gift that God's put into everybody, it's amazing to me that Megan's creating something completely different from what Kendall's creating, completely different from what Jill's creating, completely different from what I'm creating. And I'm with you. I think AI is a tool and I use it. I ask a lot of questions, but the God spark that is in each of us is what the world needs, not the ungod spark that's in AI. So what's in your heart to offer to the world, I guess would be my thing. It's such a privilege, isn't it? Such a privilege to listen to people's stories and help them discover what they're thinking and what they're creating from the thoughts that they're thinking. You guys might have been goal setters from way back. I have a feeling you probably were. I was more like an anti-goal setter, didn't want to be maybe tied down to a single idea, or I was somebody who had lots of ideas, but I didn't have the perseverance to make any of it happen. And that's been one of the things that I'm so thankful to Dr. Edie and to the work that we've done in Life Mentoring School that has changed for me. Learning that I can set a goal and I can work until it's accomplished has changed the way I move about in the world. So I would love to hear what your 90-day goals are and maybe what your plan is. How's it playing out for you? And are you like me that I set a 90-day goal the last quarter of 2025 and it's just now possibly going to happen in the third quarter of 2026. And what do you make it mean when that happens? So whatever you want to say about 90-day goals. Jill, let's start with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that is interesting. Like we have a 90-day goal and we want it to be 90 days, but I think it's helpful to say to ourselves, oh, I thought that was a 90-day goal. Turns out it's a little longer. Like, don't make yourself wrong, right? Don't make it a fail necessarily. You just didn't know how long it was going to take. The other thing I was thinking about is that, we're almost at the end of July. And so at the end of July, a lot of times in Life Mentoring School, we review, like, how did the first 30 days of quarter 3 go? How's your 90-day goal going? And a lot of times we don't want to do it because we think our brain just offers, you haven't done anything. And I was doing a class last night and I was preparing for it. And July was so busy that I was telling myself, I don't even think you set a 90-day goal, did you? You probably didn't even write it in your planner. And you guys, I flipped back. Oh, I wrote it. And a lot of it's done. And so I think that's the power of doing it, is that we write it down and then life happens. But because we wrote it down, our brain keeps going. It remembers those things I was working on. I forgot that they were the 90-day goal because it was a busy month. It wasn't the ideal month as a 90-day goal setter, but a lot of it's happening. So my 90-day goal was to simplify my website and my business. And I did. I rebranded it and made it pretty, which is the way I have to do the work. I have to make it fun and pretty. So that was a big win to just realize for me, if I had just been changing it like the information, I wouldn't have probably done it. But because I made it fun and pretty, so finding a way to do your 90-day goal in a way that fits you and motivates you, that is one thing I noticed this quarter. But I did. I simplified it. I took things off, and it just feels really good. So there's more to do. I have a little workshop to plan and more to do, but it's going.
And Jill, when you think about the more to do, how does that make you feel?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I did do some good Sunday planning yesterday. So I think what I wrote out sort of the little bits of it. I think when I think there's more to do and it feels like this big project, it can feel overwhelming. But if I break it into little bits, that helps. I think the next step that I need to work on is blocking time to think about it. Sometimes we don't start on a piece of our project because we don't put it on our calendar because it's so big and nebulous. We don't really know what the next actual step is. And so I'm learning, book some time to think about what if the first step is just letting yourself journal and think and plan, and then those ideas come, or talk it through with someone. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I feel a little nervous about the things I haven't planned yet, and a little like, okay, it's going to be okay.
So you feel a little nervous. And when you feel a little nervous, this is for all of you. What do you do to make yourself continue instead of stop? Because I bet a lot of people that listen, they get to the nervous part and they stop.
Yes.
I have the best thought for this. I literally have the best thought for this. The Lord gave me this thought in the middle of Master Coach certification. So I have been using this thought now for over a year. Are y'all ready?
Yes,
People,
I'm ready.
get your pen.
I think
Get your
I know
pen
what
ready.
it is because I think
Here it comes.
Know.
If you've been around me, I say it all the time. So yes, okay. When the nervous feeling comes, for me, it was like, I just called it like agitated. I would just notice I felt like unsettled, nervous, insert whatever the feeling is. Here's the thought. Oh, this is just what it feels like when my dreams are coming true. This is just what it feels like when my dreams are coming true. That has helped me so much. It is. It's like, oh,
you're
yeah,
on the right track.
Yes, I'm on the right path. I'm still a little scared. I've just gotten so used, y'all. I've gotten so used to being scared. I'm scared all the time. Every encounter group, I get scared before I click on. Every single one.
Me too.
Every single one. Been doing it for over a year.
I love that thought, Kendall. And I've said that so many times since you shared that with me. I'm not a freezer. I don't stop doing when I get nervous. I start doing when I get nervous. So I go, oh, I'm just nervous-sighted. Like something good coming. I'm just nervous-sighted. Like I'm nervous and excited together because I know that if I just tell my brain, oh yeah, I'm just nervous-sighted, I'm going to move forward. And then I have to tell myself, okay, I can't be so nervous-sighted that I strive too much. I don't know if that's
so striving can be an issue for you.
Like I have to tell myself, all right, simmer down a little bit. Stop working so hard. Allow yourself to just enjoy the moment. You feel, oh, okay, I'm a little anxious. I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous-sighted, but I don't have to go crazy here.
That is so good. So Megan, since I know you, and I've heard you say before that you could have a tendency to overwork. Does a 90-day goal help to rein you in?
Yes, it depends on the goal, I think. But I never, ever used to set goals. I don't know why. But when I started setting the 90-day goal, it gave me this, oh, okay, well, there's something that's possible. There will be an end to this. So it wasn't something I just kept striving for. It was, does that make sense? Or I could say, oh, okay, I just get to choose something that I get to work on for these 90 days. And then I get to choose something new. So like this month, okay, so I have a year goal. I have a goal that's happening. I have an amount of money that I said that I was going to make this year. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen or even if it's going to happen, but the fact that it's there is causing me to take consistent, concerted action toward that goal. And then within each quarter, part of my little dreamy goal is to do that section of it. Like you said, Jill, when you break it into sections, it's helpful. So I changed this time to a goal that was more fun and not a striving goal. So this quarter, I have a goal, and it sounds very broad when I say it out loud, but I'll explain it, but is just to embody the life I already have. So what does that mean? That means checking in and checking out of working. each day. That means scheduling intentional time in my planner just to do nothing. That means scheduling time for margin. That means blocking off time to go and do fun things. Because I know that by setting all of these 90-day goals over all of these years, I know that I'm really good at keeping my word to myself. And so I'm in this season now of really tending to me, because I know that when I tend to me, everybody wins. So that's my goal. And it doesn't necessarily have like this ending of after 90 days, I'm going to celebrate because I did XYZ. It's at the end of the 90 days, I can look back over the time and really treasure up all the moments that I got to give to myself and to my family and to my business that I'm growing.
So good.
So my 90-day goal, same. So so are y'all like me? I've got these goals that, like Megan said, it's like I've been working on for like a long time. And usually there's like these categories. So I usually have something related to my coaching practice, my business, something kind of related to health, fitness, something like that. And then something that's just kind of fun. So again, this is what people like me do. We just have a lot of goals going on at one time. So I'm not sure I recommend this to everyone, but this is just kind of how it makes sense to me. So my business goal was to increase my capacity to be able to coach more clients. Like I mentioned earlier, I have 2 kids that are still at home. So I really wanted to find a way to structure my coaching practice so that I could serve a larger client load. So that's what I've been working on with my business. Y'all, my fun one I'll share next, because the last one, the health one, have done 0 with it. So y'all can coach me on that. Okay, the second one, y'all, I have become a reader. I am now a official reader. I used to be like the nonfiction girl. So it was always like something related to Bible study that I was doing. It was, something with coaching. I was like nonfiction queen. And the only fiction I read was with my kids, which I shouldn't say only. That is a lot. If you're a homeschool mom, you know what I'm saying. So, of course, we're reading a lot of fiction there. But I wasn't reading a lot of fiction for me. And honestly, Theo of Golden, like, changed my life. And then at Coach's Retreat, I had so many amazing friends recommend great books. And so now I'm a reader, and I'm going to save the rest of that for maybe when we share our favorite things in a little bit, or things we're loving. And then, y'all, I've not done anything I wanted to reestablish like an on purpose walking routine. And that is what I just literally have not done.
Okay, but it's July.
Say again?
That's right. We're only 1 month in.
That's the quarter.
You're right. You're right. So it's like I have this thought of that, I'm increasing my workload. And so that's shrinking the amount of time, that I've got to go walk. And that's just literally my brain. I'm on to my brain. I just haven't really made a powerful decision about it and then followed through. It's been a nothing burger. In fact, when Susan was like, "Hey, let's talk about our 90-day goals," and I was like, "Great." I went and looked, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to be working on that." So that's Kendall's recap.
Seeing it as the glass half empty, you can see.
I love the reading goal. That's so fun.
Well, and I didn't say taking time to read has been so good for me too.
I mean, y'all, I've read 10 fiction books since Coach Retreat.
Wow.
Amazing.
Can you even, like, for me, that is just like, oh my gosh. It's been so great, and I've loved it so much. So, aren't we just thankful? This is why the rooms that we put ourselves in really matter, because it was at Coach Retreat and being in those rooms that I heard y'all talking about all these fabulous books. And then Rachel Goff gave me a whole stack of them, and I walked out of there $100, less in my pocket. And now I'm a reader. And I've just loved it so much. So, yeah.
It does matter the rooms we put ourselves in.
Yeah.
Because I would not have become a goal setter if someone hadn't sparked it in me.
Well, I just want to say too, we asked me about striving and goals and all of that. And what setting a 90-day goal has taught me is it's it's not getting to the end of the goal. That's the whole point.
Mhm.
And so that's helped me so much because I am now able to enjoy the journey along the way instead of always keeping my focus on the end result. My brain wants to focus on getting to the end result, and I have had to train it differently. And life is just so much more fun when you can just not put the pressure on yourself, but just enjoy the journey along the way. So 90-day goals really helps.
Well, and then for those of us that are the opposite that get distracted by all the little pretty things and squirrel out all the time, I cannot say I'm driven and focused and keep my word and focus on my 90-day goal. I'm the opposite. And so the fact that it's written down and it's just 90 days, it's not this big, long, year-long thing. It just reminds my brain to keep working on it and me to go, okay. It's a 90-day thing. Let's just go back, come back, come back to me, come back. So
Susan,
no matter what your personality is, it works.
Yes. So good.
Susan, I was saying when you were off there for a second that when you were like asking us about the podcast and hey, let's talk about 90-day goals. You want to come? And then I went and looked. Turns out there's like a whole part of my goal I'd forgotten I even set. It was like, I really want to reestablish my walk. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be thinking about that. So again, it just goes back to like, remember, okay. And then Megan and Jill, they were just like, Kendall, it's still just July. There's plenty of time to reestablish your
Yes.
walking habit. It's fine.
Just start.
Yes. Just today's a perfect day to start. I love that thought. I use that all the time. Today's a perfect day to start. So my 90-day goal is to record an audio book of my book.
Oh.
And Megan planted the seed in my head almost a year ago because she said that she thought her girls would listen to an audio of my book.
I'd listen to that, Susan. You have such a good voice. It'd be so fun to listen to.
Well, I read a couple of chapters early on as a podcast episode, and it was fun. It was fun to revisit what I had written and to read it as a reader. So anyway, that's my goal. I kind of did some research early on, but I have done nothing towards making it actually happen yet. But I do know where a professional recording studio is. I do have ChatGPT, which will help me with the nuts and bolts of it. And I will do it because I said I'm going to. So yeah. And it will involve then figuring out how to put it on Amazon and all that. But everything is figure outable. Someone says that. Who says that? Everything is figure outable. Yes. So I won't give up, but I've had plenty of goals that didn't come to fruition in the time that I thought, and learning that doesn't mean that I failed has been so helpful. And I love that Megan has a money goal, because what we're learning about that is that set our goals big. Because if you set them big, even if you don't reach it, that specific goal, you're so much farther down the road than you would have been if you would have set a small goal. So I love goal setting. And I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. I'm curious about if you guys have people in your lives who are naturally like that, like Brad. His whole life, he's had a list when he wakes up in the morning of things that he wants to accomplish during the day. I've never been that kind of a person. Now, when I was teaching, yes, my classroom, I had goals for every day. But in my personal life, no. So this is new for me. How about you guys?
I've always been a list person, but I never really considered them goals. They were the have tos instead of the want tos. So for me, goals come from desire. They don't come from a place of, oh, I have to get this done. They come from a place of, oh, okay, I desire to live my life as this person. And so because I want to live my life as my true self, how do I desire to embody that? or how do I desire to change, or how does that look? Is it a goal that I want to work on my emotional life or my physical life or whatever? And it comes more from a desire, not a have to, but a get to.
Oh, that is such a valuable mindset shift. If when you set your 90-day goal, it comes from desire, not from I have to.
Well, and don't you think too that for me, through a lot of my growing up, it was like, okay, well, the goal is to be good, be a good girl, finish high school. In my family, it was, and you're going to go to college, and then you're going to get married, and then you're going to have kids. And so a lot of the goals were just pre-prescribed. And to Megan's point, that's what felt like a flip had been switched, almost 3 years ago now when I met all of y'all and we start doing this work together. And there's this idea that, oh yeah, there's these dreams, there's these desires, there's things I can just choose because I just want to be a reader right now. This summer, I want to be a reader like all of my friends. And I know that would just love to get outside and walk more. And I would love to figure out what it looks like to expand my capacity as a coach and coach more clients. So I'm just choosing it because I want to. And that's good enough.
Yes.
So maybe it comes from having a vision, back to having a vision for your life. What kind of life do you want to live? And then an intention, because we can have a vision, but if we don't have an intention to make it happen, and then the means, what are the steps that I'm going to take that will get me closer to that? Because we just get one life here. What kind of life do we want to live? Okay, let's go on then to the lessons, a lesson that we've learned this summer. And I'll go first on this one. So you guys have a chance to maybe think about it if you haven't thought about it yet. So mine was just from last week, and I was having my quiet time, and it just hit me that basically I was having a team meeting with Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And it has changed the way, I always liked my quiet time and wanted my quiet time and missed my quiet time. But when you think about it as the morning meeting with Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I'm not missing that. And I'm not coming there as I often, sometimes my prayers can be so bossy to God, do this, and would you do this? And what if it's me coming to get my list of things instead of me coming to him to give him I'm not explaining that well, but I think you probably get the point. So that's a powerful lesson for me from the summer that I don't want to forget. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'll go. I love that. I'm going to write that down because the team meeting, Susan, just those words, you come differently. You come like, okay, so what are we working on today, you guys?
Yes.
I love that.
What are we working on today, guys? I love that.
Love that too. I love that.
Yes. I think mine, I was thinking about this. I wish it was something just fun, like about family or relationships, but I think what I'm realizing in this season, and this season has been a little bit of a couple years of, I'm in this little window. My kids are grown. They don't really need me. My parents are in great health. They live right next door to my sister. They're doing all kinds of things. It's this little window of time. And it feels very, like from the outside, it looks so easy and quiet. And I work from home and it's flexible. And, compared to homeschooling 5 children and being in a difficult marriage and a stressful time and a huge transition. And really like years of kind of like a ton of stress and physical, kind of all the things that come with that. Fight or flight, like living in fight or flight for so many years. And what I'm realizing is from the outside, it looks like all is well, everything's fine. And so I just want to push myself. And when I'm too tired or my body hurts and I can't do the things that I think I should be able to do, or I'm still like, what's wrong with me? I ask every morning, what is wrong with me? And I realized just because it all looks calm does not mean that my nervous system has gotten the memo. And it's almost like my little guilty pleasure this summer has been that I've been watching that Heartland show on Netflix. That's probably old and everyone's already seen it, but it's always horses. And there's a horse that's traumatized and she's got to gradually work that horse back. And I thought, you might be like a little horse. Your little nervous system is still a little bit shot. And maybe your body hurts because it's sort of still like bracing. And so that's my little lesson, to just, what if today's exercise is learning to actually breathe again in my whole diaphragm instead of right here where I've trained myself to breathe for years. So kind of a weird
Oh my gosh,
one.
Jill, that's so important. And that's going to be so helpful to so many people.
I hope so. Because I think I can think, wow, you're putting on some weight and you're getting weaker and your body hurts and it's just downhill from here unless you get to Pure Barre 5 days a week. And I've done that. And then I have to stop. Because what my body might need right now is to learn to breathe from my rib cage for a few days.
Yes.
So I'm treating my nervous system like a little horsey, and I'm not going to panic and think you're just straight to 85 right now. No, we're just recovering. So there it is.
And I bet if you were in your morning meeting and you said, what are we working on today, guys? God might say, Jill, today we're working on taking deep breaths and looking for things that are beautiful.
Yes.
And we're going to start with you looking in the mirror.
Thank you.
And you know, there's a reason that shows like Heartland have been on the air for 20 years and have 400 million seasons, and we've watched all of them.
Except because we want to jump in and coach a few of them. They're driving me crazy.
They could use some coaching. Especially, I can't think what the older sister, what's her name?
Lou,
especially Lou. Lou needs a life coach.
Y'all, I've got to watch this. I've never watched it.
No, it's so good. You can watch it with all your kids. It's so good. You'll love it.
It's a sweet little show with beautiful scenery, and it always ends up good at the end of every episode.
I got my sister.
Except for the beginning of season 14, which no one warned me about, and I sat on the sofa sobbing for an hour.
Yes. But
no spoilers, though.
Freedom to cry, maybe, when you needed to cry.
Oh my God.
Thank you for sharing that, Jill.
Sure.
Okay, who's going next?
I'll go. I was just going to say, I got my sister hooked on that. We grew up with
You did?
And so, it was just such a, oh my gosh, to my sisters, you have to watch the show. She lives in Italy. But
that's
and her kids are watching every season episode. It's just the best.
Oh.
Okay. So I have so many things I feel like I'm learning all the time, but I would say predominantly, my mom is walking through pancreatic cancer. She's gone through, all of her treatments and had her surgery this summer. And so I've traveled up to North Carolina a lot, and we had some other travel happen in June, and my overachiever brain, I had told myself with my big goal that I would hold a workshop at every turn of each quarter. Well, I wasn't ready in July because of so many different reasons. And I really was beating myself up about that and striving to decide, okay, what do I have to offer? And what can I teach someone? And I had all of these thoughts that weren't serving me. And I think through you, Susan, I think you coached me through this and just, I remember Kendall saying, I think you're just really hard on yourself. And Susan saying, what if you don't have to do it in July? What if you could wait? What if you don't have to do it at the end of June? What if God just has something? What if this time is your preparation for what he has to bring forth through you? And as soon as I really decided to take hold of that thought and take a breath, and I came home from my travels and I just allowed there to be space and rest for myself, for my body and for my mind and my soul. It was like within days, my brain just turned on and it just started downloading. And everywhere I looked, the Lord was showing me, teach them this, show them that. This is where this part's going to come in. This is what I have for them here. It was the team meeting. I hadn't thought of that, Susan. So I love that. But it's exactly what was happening. It didn't matter what book I picked up, what podcast I was listening to, what sermon was being preached at church. It all had to do with what I'm about to teach about coming home. And so what I'm learning is, no matter what I think that I have to offer, what the Lord has to offer is so much better. And I'm so much more excited about it. And I'm so grateful for all that He's teaching me through it. And that all came from a place of rest. That all came from the place of just my brain and my overachiever, and just saying, okay, I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to surrender this to Him. And then He's like, thank you. Finally. Get your pen ready here. So anyway.
How much better to give from a place of having received than not. There's probably some stuff to be explored there too about 90-day goals and for trying to force something instead of just easing into it. I don't know, but you're going to bless so many people I can't wait to hear what God showed you to show us. So thank you for sharing that. Kendall.
Okay, so do not tune me out, because I know I'm about to say a sentence and then some people are going to tune me out. Okay, here's the sentence. At my strength workouts. Okay, do not lose me, people, because listen, I was literally one of these people. I've never, ever, ever kept up with a strength workout except for this past year. Since high school, y'all. I was like cardio queen. I never lifted weights. This past year has been just lesson after lesson after lesson of what it means to be, and this has kind of come to a head because I finally have been doing these workouts for 1 year last month. So
wow.
This summer I did a video in my car after the workout, because every workout I cry. This is what happens. I get under the tension of the weight. It's heavy. Like my brain tells me, please stop. What are you actually doing? This is not a good idea. Where's McDonald's? Like there's a vape shop that I can actually see out the window of my workout place. And I think maybe I just need to go over there because this is not fun over here.
You need to start smoking cigarettes.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I know. So here's the thing. This is what I would just love. Like because I don't want people to think, oh, that's just like she's just like workout queen. This comes easy to her. This does not come easy. Y'all, every week, it's 1 20-minute workout a week. This is why I do it the way I do it, because it's heavy weights, very slow and controlled. Every exercise is to complete fatigue and burnout. So it's super slow. So I might only do like 8 reps and that's it. And like I'm done. Okay. So anyway, here's what I've learned though. I want to get out from under the tension. I don't want it. I resist it. I want to just bail as quickly as possible. But the time under tension is where this little bicep in my arm has been forming. And what I've learned over the last year of showing up for this is that in the same way that the time under tension is good for me in the gym, the time under tension just in my life is also good. There is treasure there. And with 5 kids and a big family and lots going on like we all have, tension is unavoidable. And so I'm learning to, and y'all, I'm not good at this because like I said, I just be crying at these workouts, but that's just kind of like how it comes out of me. Some people yell, I just start crying. But the tension is for my good. And I'm leaning into it and I'm learning to quiet my mind in those times. And so in my life, and I've not arrived at this like at all, but what it's taught me is it's for my good when it feels uncomfortable, when I have to make the apology, when I got to go ask for forgiveness, when I need to repair, when I mess up in my business, when I don't show up the way I should, when I forgot what my goal is until Susan asked me, what's your goal? And then I'm going to look it up. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be walking. Y'all check in on me about that. Hold me accountable. No, don't hold me accountable. I'm supposed to hold myself accountable. Okay, anyway, y'all, the thing is, the time under tension is good for me. It's so good for me. And I resist it. And I want to lean into it.
Wow.
That is powerful. And that's another reason, like you said, why a 90-day goal is good, because we can learn that in little increments. So when it comes to us not by our choice, we have something to fall back on. So good. You guys are so smart. I knew you would be. Wow. Thank you. Okay, we are about out of time, and I really want to get to something that you're loving. So what's something that you're loving right now? Jill, why don't you go first?
Okay. I decided to pick a thing because I let myself buy. I decided I wanted to be walking, and it's so hot in the summer here. So these are from Athleta. They're like a high-rise little short. I never let myself buy these shorts because the back of my legs are like completely trashed from one of my boys that I carried really low, and they all blew out. And I've just believed no one should have to look at that. And now I don't care because it's hot. But these, they come high on your belly, and they've got that little liner in there, which I've never let myself enjoy shorts like this, and I love them. But the fun thing about this little set, these little ones, is that they have a little rickrack. Isn't that cute?
Oh,
like
those are adorable. Those are
fun.
pretty.
So the red one does too, but I got the tomato red top to go with it. It's so fun.
I need the link. The link.
It's just
we'll include the link in the show notes. Links in the show notes.
Okay.
Thank you,
that's
Jill.
buy yourself a cute little pretty thing if you want to do a new habit.
Yes, I love that tip. I love that tip. Kendall, how about you?
Okay, I have two, but they're really quick. Okay, first one is my birthday was in June, and after I got inspired to be a reader, I gifted myself a membership to the Book of the Month Club. Y'all, did you know that this club has been around for over 100 years? The Book of the Month
I belonged to that club a long time ago.
Listen,
it's still going.
It's amazing. They send you like a list of books. You get to pick the one you want. They're all hardbacks. And then you can sign your name in the front of them like so many of the ladies here do, and then mail them to your friends when you're done. And then you just get to share your books with other people. But anyway, the Book of the Month is so good, and it's kept me being a reader for 2 months. So I have a 2-month streak of being a reader. I'll report back maybe another time.
So what are you reading now?
What am I reading right now? I'm reading a book called, this was actually a recommendation from my dad, who, shout out to Dad. I never saw my dad read a book. His whole, growing up, never saw my dad read. And he's become a reader too. And he recommended this book called The Stranger in the Boat. Have y'all heard of this book?
No. Oh.
Okay. It's by the same author as Tuesdays with Morrie. And the premise, and this isn't spoiling anything, but the 10-second premise is men stranded in a boat, and a stranger comes on the water, gets in the boat, and agrees to save them, but they all have to believe in who he is. So obviously lots of parallels there. My dad recommended it. So I haven't read it yet. I literally just started it. So, okay, my other thing is these bobble bar bags, tote bags that we got at Coach's Retreat. Okay, but here's the thing. This is like the large one. It has a big handle. It's almost as big if you're looking. Do people watch on YouTube, Susan?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so this one has like a handle and stuff, but y'all, here's the thing. Get the small one. The small one is amazing. It'll hold your laptop. It'll hold all the things that you need for the pool or the beach or a just little jaunt wherever you're going shopping. I love my bobble bar tote so much.
Oh my goodness, I never even thought about getting the smaller one because the big one's so nice.
Megan did gifts with it, didn't you?
Yeah, so what I did was I bought this even smaller. There's this even smaller bag than that. And I bought those as gifts for the girls that were graduating this year in their school colors.
Oh,
so cute
on them. It's the best gift.
Oh, cute. I should get those for my granddaughters for Christmas.
The stripes are so cute. Here's a hot tip though. The shipping on it takes a little bit because they're all just obviously like one-offs and customized, so just plan ahead. But
It
they're
does.
worth the wait. Worth the wait.
Thanks for the tip. Okay, Megan.
Okay, so I'm totally going. This dry shampoo, people.
Oh,
Listen, I exercise almost every day, and I live in South Florida, and it is hot, and you get sweaty, and I don't want to have to wash my hair a million times. So this K18 Biometric Hair Science Air Wash.
air
A
wash.
lot of dry shampoos. I am really sensitive to different smells and stuff. This one does not have a smell. I haven't washed my hair in 2 days, ladies. Like it actually cleans your hair.
Where do you get it?
Your hair. I think
Do you get it online?
You can. I think I got this little one at Sephora.
Oh,
Does
But-
Target have it? Because if Target has it, I can go get me some today.
I'm not really sure about Target, but I don't know. I just decided to try it one day, and I was like, "This is a miracle."
That's a great tip.
Oh, wow. I
love
bet you could wash your hair twice a day in South Florida if you're outside.
Yes, I mean, you definitely shower at least twice a day.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
All right.
Oh, good.
Okay, air wash. Yep.
Okay,
I love
has
that.
anybody tried the Tarte is it color correcting stuff that I'm seeing all over TikTok? It goes on white and it changes your skin to all the same color. And I've got dark spots now, and I'm just curious. So nobody's tried it. If you're listening and you have tried this color correcting cream, I think it's called, you got to send me a message and let me know. I'm going to share two things. First of all, if you know me, you know I love pickleball. But the thing that I'm going to add is playing pickleball outside. Our little community now has 3 outdoor pickleball courts, which is so fun. And I've learned that I am spending way too much time in air conditioning, and I need to get my butt outside more and sweat in God's green earth. So that's one thing. And the second thing is I'm loving back to books. I'm loving sharing books with all of these people. I'm reading a book right now from Kendall, The Lion Women of Turan. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's so good. And when I finish it, I'm going to be mailing it to somebody. Do either of you want it?
I do.
Someone
Okay.
should. It's such a great book.
Yes,
And
I will
also
mail it to you.
I'm
Megan.
reading The Frozen River, so we'll switch. And it's so good.
Perfect. So find friends that like to read, and then we'll share books with you and encourage you to read things that you might not have picked up on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, girls, this has been so fun. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time to share with us. And if you listen to this, just know how important you are to all of us, because I have a feeling that some of our listeners are going to know all of us. So thank you. And let's end with, would someone pray for our listeners and just close us that way?
I'd be glad to pray.
Okay.
Thank you, Kendall.
You're welcome. Lord, thank you so much for being with us in our conversation today. God, I just pray for all the thoughts and the feelings that are on the hearts and minds of everyone who listened in to the episode today. God, as we just considered 90-day goals and lessons that you're teaching us, and then shared fun things in our lives. God, we just pray that you would get the glory from all of this. God, as we seek to set goals, and maybe even those listening are considering, Lord, what is a desire that you've placed on my heart? Lord, would you remind them just of what is true about them, of your delight and the depth of your love for them, and that maybe the real point of the goal isn't what's at the finish line, but it's a chance to get to know more of who you are all along the way. Lord, I just pray a special blessing on Susan and all the kingdom work that you have laid before her to do. Lord, we do see your glory and your love so evident through her. So thank you for the gift that she is to each of us. We all ask this all, Lord, in your name. Amen.
Thank you so much for joining me today on the Clean Heart Club podcast. I hope that you were blessed and learned some things that will help you on your journey. Let's remember this truth from Psalm 28:7. The Lord is my strength and shield. I trust him with all my heart. He helps me, and my heart is filled with joy. I burst out in songs of thanksgiving. Did you know I wrote a course for you? It's called the Clean Heart Club and contains 10 video teachings about some of my favorite life coaching concepts, which are so helpful. You're also invited to come join the fun in the Clean Heart Club group on Facebook and sign up to receive my weekly newsletter of encouragement. Let's be friends. See you next time.